Hello everyone, welcome back to 3 News Now. I'm Stephanie Haney. Thank you for joining me here where I bring you the top headlines from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. It's Monday, July 13th. This is your afternoon update. We have just gotten in the most updated numbers from the Ohio Department of Health, so I'll break down how we're looking in terms of COVID-19 here in the state of Ohio today after a weekend where we saw many more new cases reported. We are also seeing many more new cases reported today, but they are down from yesterday, though they are still in the 1200s, which is among the higher totals for our new daily reported cases of COVID-19. The number of deaths is down quite a bit. Of course, any number of deaths is not something we want to see, but it is down quite a bit from what we saw yesterday. Hospitalizations are up ever so slightly, and the number of new ICU admissions has remained the same. So let's give you those exact numbers right now. Over the past 24 hours, there have been 1,261 new reported cases of COVID-19 here in the state of Ohio. That brings our total number of cases up to 66,853, dating all the way back to March 9th. Now, of those nearly 67,000 cases, just over 45,000 are presumed recovered. So a total of 45,194 cases of COVID-19 are presumed to be recovered here in the state of Ohio. So that's 68% of those cases are presumed to be recovered and doing well following contracting COVID-19. That means 32% are active at this time. Between yesterday and today, we saw 6 new deaths reported. That's down from 22 new deaths reported on Sunday, bringing the total number of deaths in Ohio to now 3,064 related to COVID-19. There have been also 73 new hospitalizations reported in the last 24 hours. That is up just slightly from yesterday when we saw 72 new hospitalizations reported, bringing that total number of people who have been hospitalized in the state of Ohio related to COVID-19 to now 8,915. As of right now, today, there are currently 949 people hospitalized with COVID-19. That is 10.6% of people who have been put into the hospital related to COVID-19 are there right now. The flip side of that is 89.4% people are no longer in the hospital who have had COVID-19. There have been 16 new ICU admissions in the past 24 hours, bringing that total number of people who have been admitted to the intensive care unit to handle their COVID-19 to 2,201. And right now, today, there are 293 people in the ICU who are battling COVID-19. That's about 31% of all the people who are in the hospital. So right now, we have 949 people in the state of Ohio, almost 1,000 people in the state of Ohio hospitalized dealing with COVID-19, and 31% of those people are in the intensive care unit getting treatment. Now let's take a look at the national and the global numbers related to COVID-19. Here in the U.S., there have now been a total of 3,332,685 reported cases of COVID-19 and 135,379 deaths related to COVID-19. That puts us at a death rate of about 4.1% in the U.S., which is down from what we saw last week when that number was hovering around 4.4%. So just the slightest downturn there. Now, in the U.S., we have about 26% of the known cases and about 24% of the known deaths when we look at global numbers. These numbers are taken from Johns Hopkins University. Globally, there are almost now 13 million known cases of COVID-19. That exact number is 12,984,811. And there have now been a total of 570,375 reported deaths globally. Globally, that brings that death rate to about 4.4%, which is also down slightly from what we saw last week when we were seeing a 4.6% global death rate. Here in Northeast Ohio, as many counties are now under a level 3 alert, which requires masks in public under Governor Mike DeWine's new alert system, which has the levels 1 through 4 that are color-coded. There were more than 500 complaints called in since Friday in Cuyahoga County on their TIPLINE about people not wearing masks and not following that mandate. Mary Louise Madigan, who is the county spokesperson, said the county intends to send these complaints to the businesses named or the municipality where the alleged violations took place. If you see a violation and you would like to file a complaint, you can call that tip line at 216-698-5050. Again, that tip line is 216-698-5050. Or you can file a tip online or a complaint online at cuyahogacounty.us/mask-experience. cuyahogacounty.us/mask-experience. That makes it sound like an amusement park ride, but I assure you it is not. It is a very serious issue. We do have that link on WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Now, keep in mind, it is up to the local municipalities and counties to figure out how they will be enforcing the mask mandate that is called for in the Ohio Department of Health order that requires masks to be worn once a county reaches that level 3 red alert. Here in Cuyahoga County, Executive ARMOND BUDISH says that violation of the mask order could be punishable by up to 90 days in jail. BUDISH says that his office's legal research has determined that a violation of this order would be a second-degree misdemeanor. So that's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a $750 fine. However, within Cuyahoga County, he did say that local municipalities will have leeway to enact their own, possibly non-criminal penalties. But if a municipality doesn't enact their own, that's when that county level enforcement measure will take effect. BUDISH says, "It's our hope that this kind of action won't be necessary." He says, "We hope that informing the business owner or relevant party will correct any compliance issues that exist." Right now here in Northeast Ohio, Cuyahoga, Lorain, Summit, and Trumbull counties are among the counties that are affected by DeWine's mandate, and they do require the mask. Now, also here in Cuyahoga County, we're on a watch list to pop into that highest level, level 4, the purple level, which then does require individuals not to do anything but essential activities. BUDISH says the surge is catastrophic and we are right in the thick of it here, and things are getting worse. That is something you can see by the numbers and also by our current positivity rate. If you take a look at that, which we also have on WKYC and WKYC.com, you can see that we are above the 5% threshold that the Centers of Disease Control has put out. We are in, the most recent number was 6.7% positivity rate, meaning yes, we are doing more tests. So yes, that is part of the reason why we are learning of more cases here in Ohio, but it is not the only reason because that rate of positivity is going up. In national news, the GLEE star Naya Rivera's body potentially may have been found. There was a body found in the lake where she went missing. The Ventura County Sheriff's Office says that a body was discovered today in that Southern California lake where she disappeared last week. Now, the identity of the body in Lake Piru has not yet been confirmed, and authorities said they were still working to recover the actual body that was found. But Robert Inglis of the Ventura County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue Team told Us Weekly that Rivera sent a family member a picture of her 4-year-old son, Josie, in front of a cove before she disappeared on July 8th after diving into Lake Piru. And that photo was taken about 90 minutes to 2 hours before her son was found alone in that boat. And the son did say that his mother dived into the water and didn't come back. So Rivera, who's 33, is believed to have drowned in the lake where her son was found. We will update you as more information becomes available. That is, of course, on WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Here in Ohio, there's a Port Clinton man who's getting a lot of attention from President Donald Trump because he has turned his yard into a huge mural with a campaign sign for President Donald Trump for 2020. I talked with Air Force veteran J.R. Majewski over Zoom this afternoon. You can find that full conversation up on WKYC.com and on our YouTube page. He said that he supports Donald Trump because of all of his tweeting, and he feels like Trump is transparent, and he likes the idea that he gets to know what's going on in his mind in real time. Now, Majewski didn't mention any specific politics of President Donald Trump that he supports, but did mention the appearance of transparency and that he was in favor of that. Now, this mural is huge. It's pretty much his entire front yard. It took him 4 days to make the mural. It's painted blue. It says Trump 2020, and it says Keep America Great. He is hoping to maintain it through the election if he can, but he did say that the environmentally friendly paint that he used is expensive. So he does have a GoFundMe page if people do want to provide money to help him upkeep the sign throughout the election. President Donald Trump tweeted about it. He said thank you to J.R. Majewski. He called him a great Air Force veteran and Trump supporter. He said that he did a beautiful job of turning his lawn into a giant Trump sign. He also thanked Majewski's neighbors. And then he made some comments about jobs progress and the silent majority, speaking to his followers. Now, Majewski said that his favorite part about the Trump tweet was that he mentioned his neighbors being Trump supporters, and this mural went up the week before 4th of July. He said the response, from people in general has been positive in his neighborhood. He says he does have a sign up that he wants people to know about that says, yes, we support Trump, and yes, we can be friends, even if you don't. He said the online reaction, though, has been a bit different. He has gotten a lot of negative feedback online, but he said he tries to tune it out. If you want to see that full conversation again, you can see that on WKYC.com and in our app. Now, this morning, we talked about the fact that Washington, D.C.'s NFL team has confirmed they are changing their name. We know here in Cleveland, our baseball team is looking at changing its name. We don't necessarily have a definitive answer on that yet, but they did announce the review on the same day that Washington, D.C.'s NFL team announced the review. So we'll definitely be looking out for a statement from our Cleveland baseball team to see if they've made a definitive choice on whether they will be keeping with the name or going with a new one. So this week, our 3 News sports analyst, Ben Axelrod, will be looking at some of the options that are out there, and he is starting with the Cleveland Spiders. The Cleveland baseball team here, after moving to the National League in 1889, they became the Cleveland Spiders. And one of the claims to fame of the Cleveland Spiders is they signed future Hall of Fame pitcher Cy Young. That was in 1891. Now, the Cleveland team was named the Spiders for 11 years. They did have 7 straight winning seasons. That was from 1892 to 1898. But in 1899, they had the worst ever season in Major League Baseball. Their record was 20 wins and 134 losses. That's kind of hard to take the sting out of that memory, even though they did have 7 winning seasons. That's a pretty tough one. And also, that was the end note, though. So some of the other positives for the Spiders, if we forget about that really bad, most losingest season in Major League Baseball to end things on, the marketing opportunities seem to be good for a team that's called the Spiders. When you look at mascots, accessories, potential superhero tie-ins and promotions and that kind of thing. But there's a lot of detractors to the name Spiders. You can count me among those people. I don't think I would be super excited about wearing a jersey that said Cleveland Spiders or anything with 8 legs or anything like that. But it is right now the betting favorite. That is according to one of the betting websites, which we have linked on WKYC.com. It's the top choice to be the new name for our Cleveland Major League Baseball team. Right now it's favored at plus 300, which isn't a strong favorite, but it is a favorite at plus 300. So that means if you bet $100 and our baseball team does end up being named the Spiders, you win $300. That's how those odds work. You can read the whole breakdown on WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Also, Ben Axelrod will be making an appearance on What's New Today at 5 p.m. in our Trending Stories segment and Clicking in Cleveland with me to talk about this as well. So you can catch that there. That's it now for your 3 News Now afternoon update for Monday, July 13th. I'll see you next at 5 p.m. on What's New, which you can watch on WKYC.com and in our app. So if you don't have our app yet, this is a great time to download it. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Everyone enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I will see you tomorrow. I'm Stephanie Haney.